Hey folks, I'm trying something a little new today. Uh, I normally play Constructed on Magic Online, but as you can see, this is Magic Arena, not Magic Online. I recently made some tech upgrades that allow me to record some more advanced games, and I'm going to do a test run here with playing the sweet new Tinkerer's Cube draft on Arena. So Tinkerer Cube, as the description says, the cards are all pieces of a whole, cogs in a machine. This is not like a normal cube where the cards are all just insanely powerful. You do have to figure out an archetype and build a coherent strategy. It's a synergy-based cube. You can view the card pool here, which I have not done and I'm not going to do. I think it's more fun to figure it out as I go. I've done one of these drafts, so I've seen some of the cards, but I want to figure it out on my own. So if you're not familiar with Arena, we are going to draft in an 8-person pod. So we will be passing packs in a circle with other humans, but we are unlikely to play against these humans. Once we're done drafting and building and we queue up, we're going to be paired into the void of just other players who are doing this same type of event who are looking for a match. Looks like our table's filled. Let's wait for everyone to get ready, and then we're drafting. Nice. Alright, let's see what we're working with here. Tokens, Arath, +1 counters, creatures dying, and also tokens. Flying, I guess, I don't know. Lifelink is a supported archetype. And then just some other good looking cards. I think Divine Visitation is a huge payoff, though Venerated Loxodon is more open. Also, I mean, Witch's Vengeance, not quite a true Wrath. If this was like Sweltering Suns or Anger of the Gods, I would take it. I think, like, Venerated Loxodon is good in tokens and +1 counters. Divine Visitation is only good in tokens. I'm going to take the Loxodon and see what happens with that. Alright, so we got a pretty sweet token card right away. Daxos, very good in mono white. It's also like a Soul Sister effect. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life, so it's good in life gain. It's good in White Weenie. It's kind of a token payoff if you count gaining life as being a payoff. I'm pretty sure Legion's Landing is just my pick here, though Chromatic Lantern opens up the most bonkers cube stuff. So I don't want to stay married to my first pick and be just a boring mono white deck. Like, Chromatic Lantern is pretty exciting. I think if I was just like trying to get a clean 7 wins, I would take Legion's Landing, but I'm trying to have some fun, so let's take Chromatic Lantern. Dragonmaster Outcast is pretty nice. So this is a life gain, +1 counters. It's just a good card. +1 counters, +1 counters, +1 counters. This seems like a well-supported archetype now that we're here. Dragonmaster Outcast is a pretty insane token maker, actually. The tokens it makes are pretty good. Not that they'll need much help to win the game if we get there. I think I'm going to take Outcast. Is that right? Dawn of Hope is also really good. The whole pack's good. That's how Cube works. Alright, wow. It looks like the format just wants me to be in this +1 counter deck. Like, I keep passing cards trying to stay open to something more exciting, but we keep getting these sweet enablers. This is a less exciting +1 counter card. If you have ways to add counters to it, it could be a reliable source of damage, but you're basically never getting it back from the graveyard unless we use our Chromatic Lantern. But I don't think that's the plan. Banefire is a very powerful card. Also, oh, I think I just want this Bosri's Lieutenant, unfortunately. Karn's Bastion is in the pack too. We'll see if we can wheel that. Alright, Star of Extinction. That's an actual Wrath. It costs 7, but it is a Wrath. So, Star is pretty good with Outcast and Lantern. It's very bad with Lieutenant and Loxodon. Millstone. I am nowhere near a mill deck. Either way. This is a token payoff, but it's also a third color. This is Ramp. Green Ramp is always pretty good in a cube. Maybe I just want to look at this. I'm not married to anything yet. Everything can change. We're very early. Every card's playable. You're going to get a lot of playable picks in a cube. This is a token payoff and also a life gain card. Just a reasonable removal spell here. Primal Empathy is very good. But we're not blue yet, and we're not even sure if we're green yet. So Fire Prophecy is probably the safest pick. Primal Empathy is the exciting pick. I'm going to take Empathy and hope that this gets exciting. Alright, so we have another Mana Dork. We have an actual ramp spell. I'm not going to take Essence Scatter. A little late for Core Spirit Dancer. The Enchantress theme, like auras and enchantments matter, is the supported archetype in this cube. But I'm not in that, obviously. So Druid of the Cowl, I guess it depends on how big we're ramping. I'm going to take Druid. I think I probably wanted Migration Path, but I was running out of time. Down here is the timer, if you're not familiar with the arena layout. Skizzik. Precision Bolt. Alright, there's a bunch of blue cards here, but none of them are very good. So I don't think we can safely say that blue is open or anything. Ugin's Conjurant is medium. Clockwork Servant is also medium. I think I just want Precision Bolt. Okay, this is the pack we opened. Soulscar Mage came back. I'm nowhere near using that thing. Blood Aspirant, not excited. None of these are very good. Dragon's Egg is a pretty reasonable blocker, but Lava Serpent, I think, it has cycling worst case scenario. Heroic Reinforcements. Oh, Shivan Fire. Wow, that's just a premium removal spell still going around. Alright, I'm gonna take that. We seem to be kind of settling into a Gruul deck here, but it's a little disjointed. Like, we have some ramp spells in green. I guess we're not really Gruul. We're closer to Boros than Gruul. The only thing that is likely is that we're red. Everything else is still optional. It's Karn's Bastion. We did wheel that, I mentioned that, but you don't seem to be in a +1 counter. Oh, we have these, I guess. Alright, I have the Bastion now. The choice was made for me. You get less time for your picks as the draft goes on. I have enough instants and sorceries that might be good. Alright, what's the curve look like? Kind of a mess. We're miles away from this Primal Empathy. So I could be Boros with a +1 counter theme, sub-theme, and I have options to be like Gruul with some ramp here. Let's see how this goes. That's like a Glorious Anthem I have to work hard to do. I don't know about that. Terrarium's not exciting. We're not close to activating a Field of the Dead. This pack kind of sucks, actually. For me, anyway. It's full of reasonable cards. Yeah, so this is life gain sub-theme. I think I'm just going to take Heliod's Pilgrim, though. I have nothing that it can get yet, but there are some sweet auras in the cube. Alright, Emil the Blessed is a very powerful card that I'm probably interested in putting in my deck. If you haven't seen this, it's from Jumpstart. You can pay 3 to exile another creature you control, then return it to the battlefield immediately. And whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you can pay a green/white hybrid. If you do, put a +1 counter on it. And if it's a unicorn, put 2. So the unicorn thing is mostly flavor text. But blinking your creatures is very good. The alternative is Rigging Runner and just committing to some sort of hyper-aggressive red deck. I think I like Emil better. We're likely to wheel the Rigging Runner. Nobody's going to give us Emil back. Scorched Bitter. I mean, that feeds our hyper aggro plan. Griffin Area is powerful, but we don't have a whole lot of life gain going on here. Alright, I'll take the Scorched Bitter. Maybe we're just burn. Oh no, all of our colors are drying up here. Sigiled Sword of Valoron. +1/+0, Vig, and is a knight. When it attacks, create a 2/2 knight. Alright. I mean, even on our like green splash, I guess Thorn Lieutenant is pretty, like, if we are just like a Gruul aggro deck, Thorn Lieutenant's pretty good. But I think this equipment is the right call. Alright, we can sack creatures to play the top card of the library. Oh my god. That's not going to get played. And the rest of these cards are not close to our colors, so I guess Dark Dweller Oracle is the pick. Cruel Celebrant is a pretty aggressive creature, so is Grim Initiate. Danitha is a 3-drop with a bunch of words on her. Or an equipment costs 1 less to cast. So I guess it's, do I think all the words on Danitha are better than just being hyper aggressive with Careless Celebrant? And we have this Pilgrim and this weapon already, so I'm going to take Danitha. Gutter Snipe. We don't have a whole lot of spells, but there's not much going on. Like, we're not actually going to be able to cast Rampart Smasher if we're a Boros deck. Horn Beetle, again, like this Gruul deck seems to be trickling past a little too slowly. Like, no regrets, none of that was great. So I think we can probably cut these ramp spells at this point. Instant or sorcery. Alright, so that combos with the Gutter Snipe and Gitu Chronicler. And unfortunately Crash 3 is in the same pack. Like, that's the kind of card you want to combo with these sort of things. But maybe that's the direction we're leaning in now. Chromatic Lantern's probably not going to be in this deck. Karn's Bastion is a maybe. Venerable Knight, I guess, is the most playable thing here. Experimental Overload is sweet with Gutter Snipe, Gitu Chronicler, and Electrostatic Field. Oh, maybe not with Chronicler, because this exiles itself. Alright, the Rigging Runner did wheel as predicted. Helm of the Host. That costs 9 to get active. I think we're just going to be a burn deck here. We're not playing any of these cards. I guess I'll put this in the sideboard in case we get some huge spell. I don't even know what it would take to actually play that, though. It looked like red and white were both, or white was definitely drying up. And the red creatures, it's hard to tell if they were drying up or if they are all just little shitters like that. Like, there was nothing insane in red, but plenty of those like 1-drops you can put in your deck. Speaking of 1-drops, Ranger of Eos, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 1-drops. Anax is very good. Dragon Fodder's fine. Timely's probably bad, because I hope to be ahead on both life and board most of the time with this deck. Reverend Hoplite's not really what I'm looking for. I think Ranger of Eos is the pick here, though Anax is extremely exciting. But yeah, Ranger, which can get aggressive early, or in the late game it can get Dragon Master Outcast. That's all pretty interesting to me. So, Angelic Exaltation, probably not exciting. So I have Basri's Lieutenant and Loxodon Hierarch that can put counters on things. So Karn's Bastion, I'm not sure if it's worth it just based on those 2 cards. We'll see what else comes up. Conclave Tribunal is probably what I want here. Though, I guess Tibalt. It depends on how actually burny we are. I'm beginning to suspect that this deck might just suck. Yeah, like it says, this is the Tinkerer's Cube. You need your deck to come together, and I'm not convinced that this one has. I'm gonna take Tribunal over Tibalt, because that's just a safer card. Fanatic of Mogus is pretty good in a burn deck. Golos, I could put the Chromatic Lantern back in and try to Golos, but I don't think that's where we want to be. All these powerful cards, and I'm just taking red creatures. But playing a 1 or 2 color aggro deck is a tried and true strategy in Cube. A lot of people are going to be goofing around with 4 color ramp and stuff, and sometimes you can just get them dead. Oh, ride or die. I would really like this Pyromancer. Maybe it'll wheel. This is pack 3, so it probably won't. But I would take Collision also, or nope, I can't cast the Colossus half. That's the good half. Alright, I am taking Hellrider, but I would really like... My 2-drops are hurting here. Alright, that is a 2-drop. This is a 1-drop. Counterattack or block alone. Now I want the Burning Prophet. Do I even have any instants or sorceries? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Four instants and sorceries in the whole deck. That's not where we want to be. Alright, this is a pretty aggressive creature in the correct color combination. Yeah, that's the one. I'm looking for 2s. It looks like Heliod's Pilgrim never quite got there. I don't think we're going to need this Lightning Serpent anymore. Don't think we're going to want Karn's Bastion. This is not a curve. This is a block. Alright, so interesting call here. We have an on-color Planeswalker, which could be like a backup plan. We have Forbidden Friendship, which is a 2-drop. Or we have Erois' Blessing, which is a removal spell. It's not an instant or sorcery, unfortunately. Instant sorcery, non-creature spell. Alright, so 2 of these trigger off... Alright, I was busy talking and we ended up with Wally. Alright, Integrity Intervention is great. I will happily put that in my deck. It's just a good card, and it also checks a number of boxes. It's removal, and it's instant sorcery and non-creature. Ooh, Emil plus Fnatic could win some games. Alright, Lannery Storm came back. I still don't want Reverent Hoplite. That's not what this deck's trying to do. Wow, this deck's ugly. I think I want Emissary of Sunrise. Just a little bit of card selection and a reasonable body. It is a 3-drop, where Soul Warden is a 1-drop. But Soul Warden basically doesn't do anything for this deck. Oh, I was saying Soul Warden doesn't do anything. I'm going to take Ronom Unicorn, because I don't have much life gain to untap this thing. That is a 2-drop. Reasonable utility. Nice. Wow, maybe red is pretty open in this draft. None of these are getting played. Oh, Stomping Ground. The Gruul Dream is still alive. Alright, and the cool thing about Arena, as soon as you're done drafting, you go into deck build, and you have all the time you want, because you're not drafting in your pod, you're playing against other people. I think Venerable Knight sucks. Do I even have any other knights in the deck? Got some warriors, some wizards. That's a knight? Alright. I don't think I'm playing this. First Strike, Vigilance, Lifelink. I only have this one equipment that combos with her. So is Lifelink, like Emissary of Sunrise and Danitha are comparable creatures here, like a 2-power first strike creature. Maybe I'll come back to them and I'll start with my top end. The problem with Cube is every card is good. It's hard to make cuts. So I think Burning Prophet's probably bad. Instant sorceries. 1, 2, 3. Wow, 4, 5. 5 instants and sorceries in the whole deck. So Get to Chronicler can go away. Like, hopefully the game doesn't go long enough that I'm kicking Get to Chronicler to get back one of my lightning bolts. Electrostatic Field is not good enough. It doesn't attack on its own, and I'm not really piling on the damage with my spells. I feel like I need Fnatic Amogus and Hellrider for the reach. Tribunal. Bosri's Lieutenant is pretty good. I wanted to cut one of my higher drops, but this one costs less than it looks like. This one costs less than it looks like. This is a sticky threat. It's an insane combo with the Venerated Loxodon. Maybe Infuriate's not very good. Alright, I'm convinced that the Venerable Knight's not good. I wonder if we'll ever just pressure them hard enough that Scorch Spitter is actually a card I want. So every time the creature attacks, you get a knight. That is a pretty good deal. It costs a lot of money to make, or money. It costs a lot of mana to make that happen, though. And if I don't have the sword, I don't think I want Danitha either. And despite trying to be aggressive, the curve is kind of high. I'm not sure if I want to cut a land. Normally I would want to play 16, though I guess I have one 5-drop. This is actually a 4 most of the time. This is way less all of the time. Maybe I do just cut a land here. Alright. Let's go play our Loxodon Hierarch deck. Our Venerated Loxodon deck. We want to draw Loxodon early and often. And these games are best of one. This is made to play quick, get it done quick, and join another one. Alright. We have a curve. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. If they're an actual life gain deck versus my actual attacking deck, could be in trouble. I should have played Lannery Storm. I just punted. Yeah, I forgot that Lannery makes a treasure. I was gonna attack and leave up Infuriate first, but if I had cast Lannery, I could have done both. Oh, nice deck. Boros featuring Ranger of Eos. This looks familiar. Alright, what do you got? The way this worked out, I'm pretty sure I just want 17 lands in this deck. Maybe I'm being results oriented, but look at all these insane 4s and 5s I have in my deck. Alright, so this, and this can all bang. I guess I should have just attacked with everything. Try to clear the board. As the Leonin Vanguard will grow the Johnny's Pridemate next turn. And we're in some trouble once this starts to grow. I don't have a lot of answers to a 4/4. They are kind of color screwed here, but I am also screwed. Okay, so I can attack with everything. They don't have any good blocks. Oh yeah, Dragon Master Outcast. I definitely want 17 lands in this deck. I'm going to change that after this game. Another great thing about Arena is that it's build as you go. So you can change your deck in between any game. Oh, 4 idiots. They have the city's blessing now. Oh, just in time. Alright, what can I even do here? I could play out these two and have integrity up. Not sure if that even does anything. I have to be really careful here. There's a lot of ways I could just easily lose. So I'll attack with everything. That's my definition of careful. They're not at a super high life total, but if I stop attacking, they might get there. I don't want them to be gaining a bunch of life and get out of range. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wish I had more spells. So Integrity doesn't gain me 3 life, but it does let me play more spells this turn. Wait, could I have gone face with Integrity and won the game? I think I just punted. Oh, no. Because I got the Gutter Knight snipe trigger. They would be at 2 if I went face with Integrity. Or with Intervention. Oh no, they have a Dragon Master Outcast. And they're actually close to 6 lands. We have a very similar deck. It's pretty sweet, actually. That gained Death Touch. Great. Alright, so Huatli could provide a surprise Alpha Strike here. I'm not going to block. I need all my attackers on deck. Oh, that's it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Better lucky than good. Pew pew. Alright. That was very close to a mirror match, but we were able to hell ride our way over the finish line. I need to add a 17th land to this deck immediately. You just reopen the deck, and I don't want to mismatch my arts, so I'm just going to change all of them. Yeah, you end up with lots of different basics when you play Arena a little bit. And these are the only sweet ones I have. So, gotta cut one of these cards. Back to the drawing board, as they say. Gutter Snipe actually got in for 4. And we killed them for almost Xaxes on the last turn, so that was kind of good. Scorch Spitter doesn't seem exciting. Looking at the grand theme of this deck. Maybe it's Emil that sucks. Emil plus Fnatic is pretty sweet, but Emil plus Lieutenant is nice. But these are all 7, 8, 9 mana combos. Okay, yeah, I think Emil is the cut. Sorry, buddy. Alright, this is a keep. This one's actually pretty aggressive. Unlike the last one that just stumbled over the finish line. This one actually is coming out. I'm gonna lead on Pyromancer. Oh, maybe I should have led on Dark Dweller, because next turn I could have Pyromancer to turn on Skewer. Yeah, I just messed that up. Whoops. Oh no, they're a Chromatic Lantern deck. I'm so jealous. I don't expect them to block here. Outcast is pretty good. Alright, yeah. So Dark Dweller, and I could Skewer the face, or I could Skewer the Outcast. So if I Skewer face, they're at 11, and I could Fnatic for 3. No, I'm gonna kill this. They didn't block, so they must be valuing it somewhat highly. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna Ranger next turn, not Fnatic. Just keep the hits coming. Oh no, Godzilla. Trample, mutate. Okay, it's just a 6/6 trample. Not that I can beat that either. Alright, so Outcast, and I think... Is it somehow Scorch Spitter? Or is it Banneret? I think it is Banneret. So next turn I can play both of these. I can attack Ranger into Godzilla. I don't think I can block. Like, I just don't want to trade any of this. They're at 12, and my plan is to burst damage through to kill them. That might have been impatient. I think I should have waited a turn and gone wider and used the Infuriate to push damage rather than trade off with their 6/6. I think if I attack with everything, they block the 3-power thing anyway. Yeah, that was likely just bad. I have land number 6 to go with the Outcast here. As long as we don't get Wrathed, I'm feeling okay. Okay. Alright. Accidentally sequenced that correctly. I would rather have Outcast in play than Banneret. I was not playing around Mana Leak, that's for sure. Alright, so Lannery is big now. And Godzilla can't mutate onto either of these because they're both humans. So I'll count those blessings. And I'm going to start making dragons next turn. I love the cow noise Fanatic of Mogus makes. It's like a literal just moo cow. Alright, that doesn't matter. Gonna start pooping out dragons. They can mutate Godzilla onto that, so they can turn this into a 6/6. Alright, yeah. Though a 6/6 is pretty much the same as a 3/4 on this board. I just have to manage my own life total. Because now they have multiple tramplers. This doesn't trample. So I'm going to chump Lannery this turn. So the question is it worth it? No, my deck doesn't have any instants in it, so there's no reason to sack my creature to just exile a card at random. Ooh, that was a pretty good one. So if I attack with everything, they probably have to block Fanatic. And then I get in for 3. If they block Dragon Master Outcast, they just die instead. Alright, so I let this happen. They could destroy their own Chromatic Lantern to stop me from gaining 3 life, but I don't think that's what they want to be doing here. Alright, it's all going to plan. When this dies, they proliferate twice, so they can make Lannery a 6/6. So I guess if they attack with both, I'm blocking Lannery and not Rolesk. Oh yeah, Lannery they can also just sack a treasure. I'm actually just going to take this. Because this dragon is the biggest threat on the board. They're at 5. I have a forced block here. And I just get a new dragon next turn. Unless they can give her double strike somehow. Her? Him? Her. Yeah, her. Yeah, they're just maxing out damage there. Oh, ahoy there. Unless they have a trick, they are deceased to my haste creature here. Alright, so far myself and 100% of my opponents all have Dragon Master Outcast in our decks. But I have been the most masterful dragon. So you play until you get 7 wins or 3 losses, whatever comes first, and you get prizes based on those, based on your result. I forget where exactly the break-even point is. It's usually 3 or 4 wins, so it's pretty easy to go infinite here. Like I said in the intro, this is a test run of new equipment. If you hear any weird sounds or the graphics are bad or like anything that could be technically better, let me know in the comments. I am trying to upgrade things. Oh no, it's taking him forever to find an opponent. Alright, we're in. It's funny because on Arena I'm like, it's 47 seconds and I'm like, oh god, it's taking forever. But on Magic Online you can wait like 3 minutes in a league queue. Alright, I'm on the play. It's a little more lands than I want, but what are you going to do? Ooh. This one hits the hardest, so I'm leading on that instead of these two. Alright, so they have this 2/2 creature. Lannery. Alright, they should smell a trick here, but I think they're still going to block, because they still get to keep their blade. I get to keep developing anyway. I would have just not attacked if I was casting a 3-drop. That's a strong one, but so is this. Alright, so Banneret and Outcast seem to be the default. This Ancestral Blade is pretty good. Things you can equip for 1 in Limited are always just worth their weight in gold. Oh, baby. I might be in trouble to that. Banneret. This does get Vigilance, bummer. There are no attacks to have here. This Dragon Master Outcast kind of puts me in a sweet spot, because if I draw a not land, I get to cast a spell, and if I draw a land, I get to make dragons. And here we have Ronom Unicorn awkwardly unable to protect itself from Faith's Fetters. However, that does give me an easy creature to eat with Dark Dweller. I Dark Dwellered first because if I flip a land, then I can use that as my land drop for the turn, but you can't do it in the other direction. Alright, so now it's on them to figure this out, because I'm going to start making dragons, and then they're in trouble. Oh god, they are setting up an engine over there. So this makes tokens, and this, if it comes back with Eternalize, is also a token. Love drawing cards. I could play Lannery, or I can just continue holding my horses here. What happens if I attack? This doesn't have lifelink. They would... It's not 26 damage, so it's not going to be good enough. It's actually kind of a nightmare if they block like Ranger of Eos and trade off, and then they get 2 4/4s, they gain 8 life. Nah, I'm gonna skip that. I will play out Lannery though. If they have the Wrath, I'm dead. Alright, here comes this. Alright, so I can first strike one of these. I could eat Sunscourge Champion with the dragon. And unfortunately, I don't think I can control the whole board here. Yeah, maybe I just eat the knights, take the 5. Like, I'm gonna have to go wide around what they're doing here. So they take 5 in the air, they go to 21, and then 4, ooh, this pumps. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. The treasure makes 21. Can I just win here? It's very close. I guess if they have some sort of trick, that would wreck me. I'm going for it. Oh shit. Alright, so I can turn on... I forgot to pump this thing before combat, so I didn't get my mentor trigger. I could have had one more power coming in. So 3, 6, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Oh, right, yeah, they're very dead. Oh, shit. I for some reason I thought they were at 21, not 26. So, oh, that's because I was already counting for the dragon. So now they're at 23. 3, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 23. So that's Xaxes. Alright, I'm just going to recount, make sure I don't mess this up. 6, oh, nope, 3, 9, 12, 13, 14, 17, 19, 23. Alright, yeah, that's Xaxes. I had multiple ways to pump for damage, but they had passed priority, so I don't want to get greedy and pump that if I don't need to, and give them priority back if they have a trick. So just had to make super sure on that math. Yeah, so the aggro deck got under an engine there. Like they clearly had something sweet going on with the Anointed Procession and a bunch of high value token makers, but we just made them dead before it got online. I'm gonna mulligan this. It doesn't have white mana. This is not a start. Dragon Master Arcast is a fake 1-drop. Infuriate is not a follow-up. Alright, now we're cooking. I'll bottom the mountain. So the untapped.gg app that you can attach to Arena tells you your deck, and it also tells you the math of drawing any card. So we're at 45% to draw land. I like those odds. I'm going to lead on Unicorn. Having the extra toughness could help. Like if they play a 1-2 or a 1-1, now I can attack into it. Also, if I draw something like Skewer the Critics, being able to turn it on later. The same mistake I made in round 1 or 2, whenever that was. Don't want to make it again. Cultivate. Ooh, a sweet art. That's a nice cultivate. So land off the top. Didn't happen. No big deal. They're gonna need a sweeper to catch up with this, I think. Carrion grub or just a giant creature. Oh, it's a 1/5. That's not that big. Alright, land off the top. Cool. I'm going to play Lieutenant so I can keep pushing damage. If I put a +1 counter on Pyromancer, I can attack with everything again. And that pushes around the 1/5. So now even if they do Wrath, I end up with a 2/2 night creature. Alright, this is probably going to grow here. Wow, it really didn't. This deck is sweet though. They have Thassa's Oracle, self-mill with ways to rebuy Oracle. I'm a big fan of that, honestly. Okay, so... Oh, this now is 0/5. So if I just smash with everything, they can't really punish me, and I might win. Depending on how they block. Like if they leave either of the 3-power creatures unblocked, they lose, because I can Infuriate it plus the 2 from Gutter Snipe. Like this is definitely blocking a 3-power creature. If they care about Thassa's Oracle being alive, or if they want to keep this alive, I guess it's unlikely they leave any 3-power creatures unblocked. Okay, so how does this work? This is fine. I can save this and put them to 4, and this dies. I could also just let combat happen and play Ranger. So I think I want to Infuriate. I can Infuriate this. These are trading, and the rest are not. So I could Infuriate this, put them to 1. That sounds pretty good. Oh right, and that replaces itself too. Nice. So now they have to Wrath me. They did leave a card on top with Thassa's Oracle though, so they must have liked it. So now any instant or sorcery off the top wins with Gutter Snipe right away. I have Ronom Unicorn. I don't know what enchantment they would have, but they do need to answer this board right now. That's not enough on its own. That looks like a desperation play. Definitely a desperation play. They need to produce 2 blockers or a blocker and a removal spell with this 3 mana. Alright, we're getting the good game. And they're dead. That was what they were doing, I mean, we just ran them over with Boros, but what they were doing there was the most exciting deck I've seen in the format. The Thassa's Oracle Self-Mill, big fan of that. So we're 4-0 with this deck that I did not think was very good when we were drafting it. Let's see if that holds up. I'll keep this. This is white heavy, like most of our cards are red. So it's going to be hard to double spell with this spread of lands we have, but we do have 1-drop, 2-drop, and Hellrider waiting in the wings. While Dragon Master Outcast isn't really a great 1-drop, it does attack for 1. Oh, there's an actual good 1-drop. Right on time, as usual. Oh no, that kills my whole board. Can't beat it. Yeah, here's what I was talking about with the we're white flooded. Like we could have cast Skewer also, or like Mountain is probably our best draw. We just got to ride or die. So we are 26% to draw a Mountain. Definitely not blocking that. That probably means they can sack it if they attacked. Yep, there it is. Absolutely brutal. I guess I'll sacrifice this. They should kill this, but it's likely they'll kill this, yeah. Unnecessary respect given to that shitty card. I played Intervention over Skewer just to use my mana. Alright, Hellrider was a good draw here. These don't have first strike. Or Mountain was a good draw for Hellrider is what I mean. So now they can double block Hellrider if they want to lose all their stuff. But they just set up this engine. Alright, yeah. I'm happy to trade those off. Wow, chumping? I definitely wouldn't chump here. Yeah, okay. That's also a reasonable decision to make. Alright, yeah, Hellrider just did 2 damage to them and got a 2 for 1. Uh-oh. Gonna need some help now. They have a 5/5 creature. It's basically unbeatable. I guess if they castle too many times, I can just burn them out. I do have 2 lightning bolts in the deck. There's Skewer and the, whatever that other one is called. Precision Bolt. Alright, that's pretty good. I can attack them down to 5 next turn. I can like suicide attack them down to 5. Earthshaker Kenra that can't target anything. That's funny. This card is not that great on turn 7 or whatever it is. Oh, okay. That made it better. If you're drawing 3 cards off it. I'm at 21 though. Oh my god. That's why you put removal in your deck. And this is lethal unless they have a removal spell. So I attack for 6, and then Skewer will cost 1. Alright, cool, they're dead. Maybe our deck is just totally fine to good. 5-0. The top of the deck has been pretty kind to us, though. But, I mean, we put those cards in the deck. Alright, 5-0. 2 to go. Let's see if we can sweep it. Yep. This is a curve. Maybe we'll get to cast Huatli this game. We're at 17 lands. She's in the opener. I'm interested in defeating my opponent with dinosaurs. Her minus ability is also pretty insane. Like if I curve up, like cast 1, 2, 3, 4, just like casting her and -3ing immediately could win the game. Scorch Spitter, who do you think you are? Alright, we're white flooded again. Maybe I should adjust the numbers on that. I'm not going to block because I have a 2/2 to cast next turn. Welp, punished for that. Alright, well, I'll block that thing. Let's see what trick they have. They gotta have something. Oh no. I figured they would pump it, whatever, I'd kill it next turn. But the permanent buff is too good. Alright, I'm gonna need Huatli to save me this game. Alright, it looks like they're doing something very similar to us, but bigger and slightly better. And we're flooding out, so bad news, team. So I take 7 here. If I do that, I'm at 4. And Huatli is just treading water anyway. Oh yeah, absolutely crushed this game. Oh, and they have Castle Embereth over here. Yep, no chance. Alright, we finally put a loss on the board. It was quickly run over by that awesome start. In a very similar deck. Alright, so I am gonna cut a plains for a mountain. It's come up a few too many times for comfort. The deck is primarily red, especially since we cut the double white spell, the Unicorn Legend. Alright, we got to get 2 wins before we get 2 losses. I think we can handle it. This person has a discerning taste in avatars. Alright, this hand's insane. The old 1, 2, 3, 4 curve. And the top of the curve refills the hand. And they're a blue deck to boot. I hope we can run them over. I just adjusted my mana so this wouldn't happen, but here we are again. That's alright, this hand is great. Though all of the 1-drops I want to search for are red, so if I don't find a mountain, it's going to be hard to double spell off of the Ranger of Eos. Oh geez. That's a thick lad. It does burn them out, though. That's not a creature you want to leave on defense because it pings you every turn. I didn't even know that card was in Jumpstart. Look at this mana base. They have 4 colors already, and it's turn 3. Or turn 4. Oh, that's a good reason. Yeah, I'm not super interested in rigging runner. So if I play ranger here, I can reload on my ones. Oh, that's all the ones remaining in the deck. And then this Fanatic of Mogus can do some damage. It's good for 5 next turn. It's just full Lava Axe. Like, I'm going to play Banneret and Fanatic of Mogus next turn. This costs 7 to flip. Alright, so we got a little bit of time before we lose to that. It's pretty impressive, though, the turn 4 Nicol Bolas Ravager Unlimited. Their mana's really good. Look at all these dual lands they have. They clearly drafted with Nicol Bolas in mind. Alright, I gotta hope they don't have a counter spell, because I really would like to deal 5 damage here. Nice. Alright, and none of these attackers even kill the Serendib Efreet, so it's still gonna ping them on their turn. Alright, race is on. Still 1 short of flipping this. Oh no, that's so good. Gain 4 life and make a huge blocker. Killing me, Smalls. So they can't attack with both. They probably attack with 1. Or 0. But if they attack with 0, they're slowly bleeding out to their own Efreet here. Alright, I need this Emissary to flip a land. So we can turn on Outcast. Got there. It turns on Outcast and dumps our hand. Alright, so if they have the land, they can flip into Dragon version. But that doesn't do a whole lot. Alright, yeah, they're just dead. Nice control deck with your perfect mana base. Here comes Scorched Bitter. Pew pew. Alright, and one more, or 6 and 1. We would have to go 0-2 from here to not get 7 wins out of this draft. Boros is just too good. Boros control. Boros mid-range, whatever this is we're playing. Bummer. Sweet. So I'm gonna bottom the Integrity Intervention this time instead of a land, because we have this curve, including Bosri's Lieutenant, and if I send a land to the bottom, I have to draw 2 to cast my hand. Alright, drawing the 5-drop, I am rewarded for keeping the land in hand. Oh no, this has Defender. Can't attack unless defending player has 7 more cards in their graveyard. Can't block unless you have 4. Okay, so it can't block this turn either. Oh, 4 more cards in hand. Whoops. I just failed to read the card. So I might as well sack this. I wish I hadn't played my land. I wish I had read the card, honestly. I'm never punished. Whoops. Alright, yeah, I thought that could block, and then I read it and got excited. But I'm just a dummy. Alright, do they have a counter spell? They do. And they still have 4 or more cards in hand, so I'm not attacking. Oh no. My Venerated Loxodon. Literally have not seen this card the entire draft. And it was the card I wanted to draw the most. Alright, come on, let's get a land for Huali. Bummer. So I could sack a creature. I don't think I want to do that, though. I could play Lannery, and she'll at least give me a treasure for next turn. I don't think I want to do that either, though. I could have sacked my Young Pyromancer, or my Viashino Pyromancer, to try to hit a land off the top, get an extra look to cast Huali next turn. But I think having more creatures on the board, and they're gumming up the works pretty well here. This 5/4 blocker plus this 1/5 that's going to make a bunch of 1/1s. That's all troublesome to get through in combat. So I'm going to need like Hellrider or Burn to close this game out. Hopefully they don't have Enter the God Eternals like my last opponent. Though we did beat it, somehow. Alright, yeah, they are quite effective at shutting down the board. Okay, so here's Huali. Let's hope she doesn't get countered, though they do have open mana. Bummer. I don't think I can win anymore. This can't block anymore. Oh, there goes my Hellrider. Yeah, so they milled my Loxodon and my Hellrider, which are both cards that would have upgraded this board. Alright, we don't need to watch this. I believe I'm over the edge here. That's another great thing about Arena. There's so little on the line for any individual game that you can just concede when you're basically dead, even if you're not all the way dead. Alright, this is it, the finals. Win or lose for the sweep. Oh no, the mono white hand again. Remember when I cut up lanes from my deck? I am gonna mulligan this. That's a keep. Alright, finally Venerated Loxodon. I'm gonna bottom Basri's. Oh, but it's so good with Venerated Loxodon. I'm gonna bottom Shivan Fire, though that might be crazy. Hopefully they're not an aggressive deck. Okay, so drawing another 1-drop is good. I still want to draw a land in one of the next 2 draw steps pretty desperately. Oh no! My Venerated Loxodon is about to eat shit. And Shivan Fire would have been the perfect answer. Cruel fate. Well, I mean, this is an easy attack. There's no way they're blocking. Didn't think so, coward. Ugh. On the bottom of the deck, Legion's Landing. That's pretty good here too. Well, that was pretty aggressive. They're just wasting Conclave Tribunal on some random 1-drop. Like, they know my hand has good cards in it. Not that I can cast any of them. Oh no. This puts a +1 counter on their 2 creatures.
You do not have to fight. Be strong.
Yeah, missing that land drop was devastating. Alright, we got it this time. So I can exile Brain Maggot, get my Loxodon back, and pressure Ajani, or I can just remove Ajani. I think I should get rid of the Maggot. Not that I really want to deal with a large lifelink creature out of this deck, but I do need to get something real going here. Uh-oh, now they have a flying pressure. I kind of want to just draw nothing but lands for the next 3 turns until Dragon Master Outcast wakes up. Alright, so far so good. So I could Lieutenant Scorchbitter. I think that's something I'm interested in. So this will put 3 damage on Ajani, and even if they block, I get a 2/2 out of the deal, and I remove their flyer.
Perhaps there is a peaceful solution.
They didn't fall for it.
Deliver us to victory.
No blocks. Oh god, what does this card do? If you gain life. Oh, they're doing a lot of that. Alright, so if I tap everything, what happens? I can jump, take 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not good. Oh, 8, 9. Because of Ajani, I can take 9. I think I still just tap the whole squad. I really wish this did not draw a land. Like, if this came with its own +1 counter, we could have skipped a step. Flying, flying, flying. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, they don't all get pumped. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, and Erebos. Alright, yeah. This is not an Erebos that hurts me. The other... I'm thinking of Bantu. Alright, yeah. This does not drain life from me. So if they plus Ajani on this vampire and one of their flyers, I'll have to chump the vampire. Their life total is through the roof. And I'm a turn away from getting... Alright, it looks like we're going to get stopped here at the 6 wins. We managed to convert the O2 that I thought we were safe from. I didn't even think of that flipping. 5, 10, 11, 12, yep, block. I don't think I can beat this flyer. I need the Shivan Fire from the bottom of my deck. Pyromancer. Are they at 2? Nope. 31 is quite a few larger than 2. Alright. We are dead. Alright, so we did not get the 7 wins, but I thought this deck, when I was laying it out, felt like it was going to be good for like 3 wins, so I'm pretty happy with 6. 6 wins gets you 5,000 gold. I paid 4,000 to enter, so that's a profit. We take those, and we get some random cards for the trouble. So that's Tinkerer's Cube. It's a lot of fun. I recommend it. Again, this was a test run to see if recording Arena is something that my new equipment can do. Let me know in the comments if anything could have been better. Let me know if you like Arena. Let me know if you like Limited. Normally I play Constructed. Just sound off whatever your thoughts are, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.